Here is the latest find adding to the collection. Also the first thing I've added to the collection in probably over a year, unfortunately. Bought this today at the MSU surplus store. It's an Edison thin and light box fan from the 80s. I think it's technically McGraw-Edison since that was one company, or rather it merged, I'm pretty sure. I think Edison also had some sort of alliance with Toastmaster at some point or another, so maybe something with that too. But regardless, it's a thin and light box fan from the 80s. I paid the low price of, if I can show it, $8. Kind of expensive if you ask me, but I guess it could have been more. They actually had a bunch of fans there, surprising for it being January. This is the only one worth buying. Had like a shitty Lasko Weathermaker box fan. Had 3 different pedestal fans. They had a Lakewood, like a 90s Lakewood. It was all droopy. Some sort of early 2000s thing. For $18 nonetheless. Jesus Christ. And then some modern Lasko for $14. And then they had a couple desk fans, nothing, pretty much everything was modern except they had a Dayton from the 80s with the old, brown style grill, the old, the hole in the middle and stuff. I didn't know Dayton made, like, desk fans, non-commercial fans. Maybe it's a relabel for something imported. It kind of looked a little like a KH fan or a Tatung or something, so maybe it was just a relabel for a Tatung or a KH, I don't know. But nonetheless, it was $14, and so I was like, yeah, hell no. Looked at it a bit later and noticed that the high button, the contact, completely was fried. You couldn't even press it down. Well, you press it down, it wouldn't stay. So no high speed for you. So, yeah, that was a no-go. So I got this. Also bought some light bulbs because they had 15 or so packages of Meyer branded incandescent 100-watt light bulbs, like incandescent from probably the late 2000s. They were only 50 cents a pack, and in hindsight, I should have bought every pack they had because I went to Walmart the other day and bought a great value set of halogen bulbs, like 50 watts or whatever, 60 I think, and that was $4 for 4 bulbs. So, you pay $7.50 and get, well, what's 4 times 15? 60 bulbs. So, yeah, it would have been worth it probably. Should have done that. I bought 2 packs. But yeah, this is as found condition. Haven't cleaned it up. It's all right for the age. It's got one of those GE style handles, the plastic ones. Same motor and cord as my little Toastmaster 4402, so I wonder if it was some sort of alliance. Same thing with the cord goes in on the side. Same styling with the metal grill on the back, but the plastic on the front. Kind of hard to see, but it's a little rusty. It is thin and light. It does have some tape on it, and there's a stand hole. And the other side, which is pretty clean. It's 2 speeds with something I have never seen before, which is 2 off positions. This fan has off, low, high, off. So, let's see which off. So, turn it to the other off position. We'll start with low. The one thing about it being a quote-unquote thin and light fan is that it does tip over easily. That was one of, at the time it was a selling point because box fans were so big. Oh, this is light, maneuverable, you can carry it around. Also tips. And here's high. Yes, it's going to do it. Oh, it's just hanging in there. Just hanging in there. I don't want a paper. It wants to tip so bad. Oh, there it goes. It's trying so hard not to, but it's just, if I just hit it barely, there it goes. All it took, one little hit was that. There it goes. Definitely a competitor to a 3rd gen Lakewood, you can tell, with the same blade style. Pretty decent stopping time. Doesn't really need to be oiled. You can tell it was at least kind of maintained. Nice to see something that doesn't have Sharpie written all over it, because that's what happens to a lot of fans. I'll do a straight to high startup. Quite a difference in the speeds, but even low speed is pretty powerful. When I originally plugged the fan, here's the thing, you'll notice, and I'm going to try and zoom in a little and see if I can demonstrate it, is the switch does not have any markings on it whatsoever for the speeds. You can tell that at one point there may have been, but there is basically nothing left, and you cannot see it on the camera. It's almost impossible to see even in person. So when I got it, I assumed that it went off and then like low, medium, high, and that the high winding had shorted out, because when I turned it on, it was in this position, and I had assumed, you go all the way over to high, and it went like this. So I assumed the high winding had shorted out, and then I turned it on, and I thought this was medium. So come to find out it's two off positions. So yeah, I wonder if they made a version with a medium, and then they were just like, let's cut costs, we can just take it out, put another off position in. It's very bizarre. I've never seen, well, it's not true. I have an Air King that kind of has another off position, but it's not supposed to be. The switch is just broken, I think. But yeah, it's a cool little fan. Good restoration, it'll be nice. You can tell the paint's been maintained. There's no chips in it or anything. But that's it. That is my new Edison Thin and Light box fan from definitely the 1980s. You can tell because at this point it's starting to get thin and small. Thanks for watching. Feel free to subscribe and click like if you like what you see, and follow me on the web, wix.com/theelevatorworld/fans. Bye-bye. We can cut costs, just put another off position in. Okay. What was I saying? So yeah, I wonder if they made a version